Before the world knew his name, he was just a boy from a small island. This island was Madeira, a dot in the vast Atlantic Ocean, part of Portugal. He was not born into wealth or fame. His family was humble, his house was small, they did not have much money. But this boy, Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro, had a fire inside him. He had a dream bigger than his island. He loved football more than anything. That love became his life. It carried him from dusty neighborhood streets to the biggest stadiums. He was a boy with a simple wish. He wanted to be the best. Talent sharpened by thousands of hours of hard work. He was not given success. He built it himself, piece by piece, day by day. He chose his path. He chose sacrifice. He chose discipline. He chose greatness. His journey began with a ball and a burning desire. That desire never faded. It grew stronger with every challenge. It grew stronger with every victory. Today, in 2025, his name is known everywhere. Children wear his jersey. Players copy his moves. Millions imitate his goal celebration. He is more than a player. He is a symbol. The world sees the goals. The world sees the trophies. The world sees the fame. They see the confident superstar on TV. But to understand him, go back to the beginning. The boy who cried when his team lost. The boy who practiced alone while others played. The boy who promised his mother he'd buy her a big house. He kept that promise. He kept every promise to himself. This isn't just about football, it's about human spirit. It's about the power of an unbreakable will. Cristiano Ronaldo's childhood was not a fairy tale. He was born on February 5, 1985 in Funchal, Madeira. He was the youngest of 4 children. The family lived in a small, cramped home. The roof was made of tin. Money was always a problem. His father, José Diniz Aveiro, was a gardener. He was a kit man for a local football club. He struggled with alcohol. His mother, Dolores Aveiro, worked as a cook. She worked as a cleaner to help feed the family. Life was hard. There were times when there was not enough food on the table. These early struggles planted a seed in Cristiano. He knew he wanted a different life. Football was his escape. It was his joy. It was his entire world. On the streets of Santo Antonio, he was not a poor boy. He was a king. He and his friends played with whatever they could find. Sometimes it was a real ball. Sometimes it was a bundle of rags. Sometimes it was a plastic bottle. He played for hours, from morning until night. The narrow streets were his training ground. He learned to dribble in tight spaces. He learned to be quick on his feet. He was small and thin, but he was fearless. He hated to lose more than he loved to win. When his team was losing, he would often cry with frustration. His talent was obvious to everyone. At just 8 years old, he joined a local amateur team called Andorinha. This was the club where his father worked as the kit man. Even then, he stood out. He was faster than the other boys. He was more skillful than the other boys. He had a hunger that was different. He wanted the ball all the time. He wanted to score every goal. His nickname was Crybaby. He cried when he lost, or didn't get a pass. Another nickname was Abelhinha, Little B. He never stopped moving on the pitch. He buzzed all over the pitch, relentless and full of energy. This early fire came from a deep place. It came from seeing his family struggle. He saw his mother work long, tiring hours. He felt the pain of not having things other kids had. He made a promise to himself. He would use his talent to change their lives. Football was not just a game for him. It was a lifeline. It was his way out. This is why he trained with such intensity. It was not for fun. It was for survival. It was for his future. Every goal he scored, every dribble he perfected. A step away from poverty. A step towards his dream. The little bee was ready to fly. His talent was too big for the small clubs in Madeira. At age 10 he joined Nacional. He quickly became their star player. He was a phenomenon. Scouts from the mainland started to hear whispers. Porto Boa Vista Sporting Lisbon. At 12, he was invited for a 3-day trial with Sporting Lisbon. This was a huge moment. His chance to leave the island and chase his dream. The move to Lisbon was the hardest thing he'd done. He was only 12. He had to leave his family, his friends, everything he knew. He flew alone to the capital, a small island boy in a big, bustling city. Other boys mocked his Madeiran accent. He felt lonely and isolated. He called his mother every day, crying, begging to come home. Deep sadness and doubt. Many would have given up. But Cristiano had fire inside him. His mother told him to stay and fight. He listened. He turned loneliness into fuel. He channeled everything into football. He vowed to work so hard, no one could ignore him. He trained harder than anyone. First on the pitch, last to leave. Extra exercises to get stronger. Practice skills until perfect. Sneaked out at night to the gym. Coaches were amazed by his dedication. Never seen such work ethic. His body began to change. Skinny boy grew muscle. He became faster and more powerful. Skills sharper and more dazzling. He rose through Sporting's youth ranks at record pace. Under 16, under 17, under 18, B team, first team. At 17, in 2002, he debuted for Sporting's first team. He scored 2 goals. The secret was out. A star was born in Portugal. A friendly match changed everything. In the summer of 2003, Sporting Lisbon played a pre-season game against Manchester United. The game was to open Sporting's new stadium. A young 18-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo was on the pitch for Sporting. He played with no fear. He ran at the experienced Manchester United defenders again and again. His speed, his tricks, his confidence left them breathless. The United players on the plane home could not stop talking about him. They told their manager, the legendary Sir Alex Ferguson, that he had to sign this kid. Sir Alex Ferguson did not need much convincing. He had seen the talent with his own eyes. He saw the raw potential. He saw the hunger. He decided he would not leave Portugal without him. Manchester United paid over £12 million for the teenager. It was a record fee for a player his age at the time. Ronaldo was given the famous number 7 shirt. George Best, Eric Cantona, David Beckham. It was a sign of the immense faith the club had in him. At just 18, Cristiano Ronaldo had arrived in the biggest league in the world. The first years in England were a challenge. The football was faster and more physical. Defenders were tough. They did not like his fancy stepovers and tricks. They would kick him and foul him. The English media was critical. They called him a show pony. He was still a skinny teenager and he needed to get stronger. But he was in the perfect place to learn. Sir Alex Ferguson became like a father to him. He was tough on Ronaldo, but he also protected him. Discipline, teamwork, making the right decisions on the pitch. Ronaldo listened and learned. He spent countless hours in the gym, building his body, finishing, heading, free kicks. He transformed himself from a tricky winger into a complete goal-scoring machine. He learned to be more direct and effective. The show pony became a warhorse. He started scoring more and more goals. The fans began to sing his name. Premier League titles, the FA Cup, 2008 UEFA Champions League. That same year, he won his first Ballon d'Or award as the world's best player. The boy from Madeira was now the King of Manchester. In the summer of 2009, Cristiano Ronaldo made another life-changing move. Real Madrid, the most famous club in the world, came calling. They paid a world record transfer fee of £80 million to bring him to Spain. The pressure was enormous. 80,000 fans filled the Santiago Bernabeu stadium just to watch his presentation. He was no longer a rising star. He was a global superstar, expected to deliver greatness every single week. He was brought to Madrid for one reason: to win everything. And he was ready for the challenge. He was at the peak of his physical powers, and his ambition was limitless. At Real Madrid, Ronaldo evolved into something the world had never seen before. He became a relentless, unstoppable goal machine. He scored goals of every kind: powerful headers, long-range rockets, clinical finishes, spectacular free kicks. He broke record after record. He became the fastest player to score 100, 200, and then 300 goals for the club. He eventually surpassed the legendary Alfredo Di Stefano and Raul to become Real Madrid's all-time leading goal scorer. He was not just a player, he was a phenomenon. His mantra was simple: score, win, repeat. His time in Madrid was defined by his incredible goal-scoring feats. He averaged more than a goal per game for 9 seasons. He led Real Madrid to 2 La Liga titles and an astonishing 4 UEFA Champions League trophies in 5 years. 3 of those Champions League titles came in a row, a historic achievement in the modern era. In these finals, in these moments of immense pressure, Ronaldo was the man who made the difference. He scored crucial goals when his team needed him most. He was a big-game player. This period was also defined by a great rivalry. In Spain, he went head-to-head with Lionel Messi of Barcelona. For a decade, these two players pushed each other to unimaginable heights. Every weekend the world watched and debated, Ronaldo or Messi. Their rivalry became the biggest story in sport. It created a golden era for Spanish football. One would score a hat-trick and the other would respond with one of his own. One would win the Ballon d'Or and the next year the other would claim it. This constant competition fueled Ronaldo's fire. It made him train harder and demand more from himself. He did not want to be second best. The rivalry between Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi was more than a battle between two football players. It was a clash of styles, personalities, and footballing philosophies. It was a weekly drama that captivated the world for over a decade. Messi was the quiet genius, a magician with the ball at his feet, seemingly born with a gift from the gods. Ronaldo was the powerful athlete, a product of relentless hard work and ambition, a physical specimen who sculpted himself into perfection. One was seen as natural talent, the other as manufactured greatness. These games were watched by hundreds of millions of people worldwide. They were more than just football matches, they were global events. The focus was always on the two superstars. Who would score? Who would lead their team to victory? The pressure on both men was immense, but they both thrived on it. They delivered moments of brilliance time and time again. A magical dribble from Messi, a towering header from Ronaldo. Their individual duel became the heart of the greatest club rivalry in the world. It is unlikely that either would have reached such incredible heights without the other. For fans, it was a golden age. The rivalry made both men legends. Great athletes often fade in their later years, their bodies slow down, their hunger diminishes. But Cristiano Ronaldo is not like most athletes. In 2018, at age 33, he left Real Madrid for a new challenge. He moved to Italy to join Juventus. Many wondered if he could maintain his high standards in a new, more defensive league. He answered his critics in the only way he knows how, with goals. He adapted his game, no longer the flying winger of his youth. He became a pure goal poacher, master of movement inside the penalty box. He led Juventus to 2 Serie A titles and continued to score at an impressive rate. His time at Juventus proved his incredible adaptability. Success was not tied to one club or one league. It was tied to his mindset, art, and his discipline. He continued to follow his strict routines, first to arrive at training, last to leave. He was a leader in the dressing room, setting an example for younger players. He showed them what it takes to be a champion. Age is just a number when the mind is willing and the body is prepared. After Italy, a brief return to Manchester United, Ronaldo embarked on a new adventure. In early 2023, he moved to Saudi Arabia, signing for Al Nassr. The move brought global attention to a new football frontier. People questioned his decision, but for Ronaldo, it was another mountain to climb. He brought his star power, his experience, his relentless drive to a new continent. He continued to score goals and inspire a new generation of fans and players in the Middle East. His presence helped elevate the entire league. Throughout these later stages, he continued to defy expectations. He remained one of the top goal scorers in the world as he approached his 40s. This longevity is perhaps his most remarkable achievement, a testament to decades of sacrifice and hard work. While rivals have retired or slowed down, Ronaldo keeps going. He keeps pushing his body to the limit. He keeps chasing records. His fire has not gone out. The boy from Madeira is still hungry. He is still fighting to be the best. The secret to Cristiano Ronaldo's long career is not a secret at all. It is discipline. It is a word that is easy to say, but incredibly hard to live by. For Ronaldo, discipline is a way of life. It touches every part of his day from the moment he wakes up to the moment he goes to sleep. It is the foundation upon which he built his empire. His talent was the spark, his discipline the engine that's run for over 2 decades. This discipline is not just about working hard, it's about working smart. It's a science. His diet is famously strict. He avoids sugary drinks, processed foods, alcohol. He eats up to 6 small, high-protein meals a day. Chicken, fish, salads, vegetables, whole grains. Clean eating keeps his body lean and speeds muscle recovery. He treats food as fuel, as a tool to stay stronger and faster. This is a sacrifice he's made for his whole career. His training routine is legendary. It goes beyond team sessions. Personal trainers, doctors, nutritionists who help him plan every detail. He spends hours in the gym, building strength, agility, speed. Recovery is a focus. Ice baths, cryotherapy, specialized massage help him heal. Sleep is vital. 8 hours a night, plus short daytime naps. He treats his body like a high-performance race car. It needs the best fuel, the best maintenance, the best care. Discipline extends into his personal life. He built a life to support his career. No late-night parties. He prioritizes rest, family time. This focus needs immense mental strength. It means saying no to many pleasures of fame. It means choosing the hard path every day. Daily choices, repeated thousands of times, set him apart. That's why he's still at the highest level, while others retired. His discipline is his superpower. Before Cristiano Ronaldo became a legend, he was just a boy with a dream. Physical strength can win battles, but mental strength wins wars. Cristiano Ronaldo's mind is perhaps his greatest weapon. He possesses an unshakable self-belief. From a young age, he believed he was destined for greatness. This was not arrogance. It was a deep, quiet confidence that he nurtured through hard work. When others doubted him, he believed in himself. When he failed, he used the failure as motivation. This mindset allowed him to handle immense pressure. He does not fear the big moment, he craves it. He's a master of visualization. Before a big game, he mentally rehearses what he wants to achieve. He sees himself scoring the winning goal. He imagines the ball hitting the back of the net. He feels the roar of the crowd. This mental practice prepares his mind and body for success. It keeps him calm and focused under pressure. When he steps up to take a crucial penalty, he has already scored it in his mind 100 times. This gives him an edge. It turns hope into expectation. Ronaldo also uses criticism as fuel. They said he was too individualistic. They said he was arrogant. They said he was finished. He heard it all. Instead of letting it defeat him, he used it to power his ambition. Every negative headline became a reason to go to the gym. Every doubt became a reason to practice free kicks. He has a need to prove people wrong. This desire to have the last laugh drove him. He turns negativity into positive energy. His obsession with perfection is central to his mindset. He is never satisfied. After a hat trick, he thinks about the one chance he missed. After winning a trophy, he is already thinking about the next one. This constant pursuit of improvement keeps him at the top. He is in competition with himself. He wants to be better than yesterday. This relentless drive separates the good from the great. It is the mind of a true champion. Never content, always hungry. What will Cristiano Ronaldo's legacy be? The numbers are staggering, will be etched in the history books for a long time. Hundreds of goals, 5 Ballon d'Or awards, 5 Champions League trophies, league title, England, league title, Spain, league title, Italy European Championship 2016. He is one of the most decorated players of all time, but his legacy is more than records and trophies. Impact on the game, inspiration to millions. He changed the definition of a modern footballer. He showed that talent is not enough. Dedication, professionalism, physical conditioning. He raised the bar for what it means to be an elite athlete. Young players copying his training methods, copying his diet. He made it cool to be the hardest worker in the room. He transformed the culture of the sport. Influence seen in gyms and training grounds, worldwide blueprint for success others can follow. His story is a powerful message of hope. Poor boy from a small island, through sheer force of will, became a king. It tells every child who is kicking a ball in a dusty street that their dreams are valid. It shows that your circumstances do not have to define your destiny.